Narcissists want to be in control of a lot of different things. Mainly they want to be in control over you. But they do this in a couple different ways. Today we're going to focus on how they control your phone, your finances, and your friends. Did you ever feel like you were living in a place where you had constant surveillance over you? Maybe you felt like the narcissist in your life, the toxic person, was monitoring your phone, controlling the finances, dictating who you could be friends with. We're going to talk a little bit today about different ways that narcissists try to manipulate and try to control you in different aspects of your life. And we're going to explore some of the tactics, some of the things that go on to be able to have you understand how narcissists try to control your phone, your finances, and your friendships. If you guys haven't already, please hit subscribe or hit like or hit share, whatever it might be to help someone else know and understand about narcissistic abuse. If you guys are new here, my name is Ben Taylor, myself or a narcissist on this channel to provide awareness about narcissistic abuse and the destructive nature about it, how it hurts, wrecks, and destroys so many people's lives. I'm on here not just to bring awareness, but also to help with the healing, growth, change, and development to help you move from the person you are now to the version that you want to become. That's on a healing journey. That's through a growth mindset as we continue to help people break free from narcissistic abuse mentally, emotionally, physically on a day-to-day basis. If you're interested to know more, you can go to escapetoxicity.com and see our 7-day challenge for $7 to understand how this even starts, how this even develops. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you can apply at rawmotivations.com. So anyways, diving in, I want to talk about this aspect, how narcissists control your phone, your finances, and your friends. Okay, now we know narcissists a lot of times are very controlling, period. But what's it look like specifically in these specific areas? First one I'm going to talk about is the phone. Narcissists oftentimes have this aspect of an invasion of privacy. Like the phone, having surveillance on your phone, having an invasion of privacy of like, I need to know what's on your phone. I need to know what's actually going on. You might have seen this where the narcissist is very closed off with his phone and you're not able to look at it. You're not able to interact with it. You're like if it even lights up, he's like, you can't even see it. But he wants to have access to your phone. It's a very hypocritical aspect that a lot of times we see in narcissists, especially cheating narcissists, that are at the place of saying like, hey, let me hide what's going on my phone, but I want to know everything that's going on in your phone. This is part of the envious piece. This is part of the control and the manipulation, all different aspects of narcissism of trying to make sure that they have control over you and over the situation. Now, for a narcissist, a lot of times that's let me have my cake and eat it too. Let me be with you and also cheat on you at the same time. Produces that high, produces that idea of like so many people love me, so many people giving me attention, that type of thing. Okay, this aspect of like checking out someone else's phone, like being in control of that as well. We see this happen a lot of times where narcissists will invade your privacy and start to figure out what's actually going there. Sometimes that could be cloning the device. Sometimes it could be installing surveillance stuff on it. Sometimes that could be just accessing your phone when you don't know about it. There's a time in my life when I was going through some of the darkest times, and that was when I was cheating. When I was cheating on my wife, when I was having these different affairs, and there would be times that I would want to, and that I did, even look through some of my wife's phone. In one sense, trying to hope and trying to justify that if I could find something on her phone, that I could use that to either break up with her or I could use that to not feel bad about myself cheating on her. Of like, oh, she's doing it too. Oh, she has this, she's talking to this guy. Or, oh, this is going on. There's nothing ever there because she wasn't doing anything wrong. But in my mind, I wanted to find something. I wanted to justify something I was doing based on something that was on her phone. Okay, so this invasion of privacy is something that narcissists will do a lot of times. Not just with the phone, but specifically we're highlighting phone today. But they'll do this. So a lot of times they'll demand access to your messages. Like have it where like I need to be able to see what you're talking to, who you're talking to, who you're going out with, what you're doing. This will get to a place where they start to track your location. Don't be fooled. You might be with a covert narcissist and they want to track your location for safety. Where like they want to know where you are so they can protect you. It's still an aspect of control. It's not an aspect out of care because then you get in trouble with, well, you spent, an extra 2 minutes at the Starbucks. Who are you talking to? Who are you cheating with on? Like all these different things will keep happening. But they're going to use your technology to try to keep tabs on you. Try to keep tabs on your activities, like what is actually going on. By controlling your phone, they start to manipulate and exert power over you and over your daily life. Then you don't actually know what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. You'll see this in so many different ways. You spent extra time going to the store. What happened? Who are you talking to? Like you spent extra time on the phone the other day. Like what was going on? You'll see this. And some of you listen to this and might be like, that sounds insane. That sounds wild. Like how would this even happen? It happens. And it happens consistently in toxic relationships where it even becomes a slow aspect, but it slowly ramps up to being something that's very, very toxic. Think of it this way, like a narcissist may constantly go through your phone. Like you might know it, you might not know it. Check your phone, read your messages, demand explanations of like, what are you doing with this person? Why are you interacting with this person? I don't feel comfortable that you're talking to this one guy. Like I don't feel comfortable that you have this communication. This aspect of like this invasion of privacy creates this aspect of fear. Fear from you of like, I need to make sure that I'm actually doing everything right for this person. Like I need to make sure I don't step out of line. I need to make sure I don't mess something up. And so you keep trying to make sure that you fit in that box, but it's hard because the narcissist is always changing it. They're moving the goalposts. They're changing what you're supposed to do. They're telling you, hey, you need to delete your social media. You need to delete all these guys off your social media because I don't want you cheating on me. Like there's so many different levels of it, but a lot of times the narcissist will do whatever they can to execute control over you. And it gets to a place where you are under this fear, under this control, making you feel like you're constantly being watched. Because with a narcissist, you typically are. So first thing is you have to be careful because a lot of narcissists will control your phone. Second thing, financial control and exploitation. Like a lot of times you'll have a narcissist that is trying to make sure to leverage the finances so that you're under their control. Like you're subservient because you're dependent on them for the finances. We see this a lot of times where you are working a regular job or you're excelling in your job and the narcissist does these small things to belittle you, to put you down so that you end up leaving your job, so that you end up not continuing your career. So you end up not doing the things that you said you were going to do. As a result, that you're then dependent on the narcissist for the income. That's where they start to get you because then you're under their control. Now, if you went out and you got another job or you start talking about it, you'd probably see some abuse ramp up or some different aspects because they don't want you to actually gain control and power over you. Finances is a huge way to get that control and power. I've had multiple clients that have said, I have no clue what bills we have. I have no clue what money comes in. I have no clue how much money we have in the bank. I have no clue how much money gets spent. Like there's so many different levels where people are like this isn't normal. Like I don't see any of this stuff. And so being able to understand that a lot of times the narcissist will try to do whatever they can to keep you in the dark, to make sure that you have no clue about the finances. Because if you knew about the finances, one, you'd probably be worried because of how much money is coming in and out. And two, you'd probably start to see some discrepancies in the finances that would maybe believe or lead you to a conclusion that they might be cheating on you. Or there might be something else going on under the surface that you don't know about. So as a result, a lot of times you see narcissists that they control the bank accounts. Like they limit your financial independence. Like they use money as a tool of manipulation, of coercion, of getting you to do certain things to be able to get the reward, to be able to get like the prize of money. With doing this controlling, it's just a second level of further controlling you. Controlling your decisions, controlling your choices, controlling like where you go, what you do. So like you might have this where your partner is like demanding access to your bank accounts, claiming ownership over your income, like saying, hey, you have to pay for all these different things and they don't pay for anything, preventing you from managing your own finances. Like a lot of times you'll see where there'll be this exploitation that keeps you financially dependent. That's the whole aspect. The narcissist wants you dependent on them so that you can't leave, so you can continue to give them supply while they can continue to go get supply from someone else too. Okay? So the second one is finances. Narcissists will try to control your finances. The third one, friends. Narcissists will try to control your friends, oftentimes bringing you into a place of isolation, isolating you from everybody else, dictating who's in your social circle, who's actually allowed over there. As a result, they start to exert this control over your friendships, your social interactions. Sometimes it might come down to just criticizing the person you hang out with, manipulating you, getting into a place of being like, I don't feel comfortable. Did you hear what she said about you? Did you hear what was going on here? And all of a sudden they start to put in these small things, triangulation, that gets you to the place you're like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't. Or he sees something wrong with my friends. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Maybe I should, because you think that this person actually has best interest in mind. In reality, he doesn't care. He just wants you to be stuck, wants you to be isolated. Now, it might get to the place where he just outright says, no, you can't do it. Like, you're not going to interact with these people. But a lot of times it's much more subtle. Is much more like very nuanced in how the narcissist actually gets to the place where you're not going out with friends, where you're not interacting with friends, you have no connection with your family because they got pissed off or because the narcissist pushed them away or because the narcissist pulled you from them, all these different things. Okay, now when a narcissist does this, dictating like who's in your social circle, they create this situation where the only influence that you have in your life is the narcissist. As a result, it makes it the perfect outlet for them to be able to influence your life and to further keep this control, because there's nobody else that can speak into your life. This is why a narcissist will get really frustrated and really upset when you start stepping out and communicating with your friends again, or establishing relationships with your family, as long as they're healthy. Like you start to do this, they get even more frustrated because you're starting to get to a place where you might talk and interact with someone who will actually identify the toxicity that they know that they have you in. So please be careful of this. You might find this where a person's going to discourage you spending time with other friends, other family members, make derogatory comments about your social circles, spread false rumors, that triangulation piece, to create diversion. Like, they're going to see a different aspect. The goal is to limit you to not have a support network. That is the whole goal. Let me keep you from a support network. This is why a lot of stuff that we have inside of Raw Motivations is communities. People upholding people, because we know if you can understand that you're not crazy, you're not alone, and you're not hopeless, you actually start to believe in the possibility of being healed, of being able to get out, of being able to move forward. And once we show that with countless people that have gone through different programs, you start to see, hey, this is possible. If you're at the place where you're wondering, I just need to know it's possible, jump into our 7-day challenge, escapetoxicity.com. You can click the link in any of the bios. Because we want to be able to help you first understand, to be able to start to get out, to be able to get the formula that we actually teach to understand and move forward, rewiring your mindset, helping you actually be free from narcissistic abuse. If you want more of a hands-on accelerated approach, you can go to rawmotivations.com, click on the one-on-ones. Would love to work with you one-on-one. Would love to see if you'd be a good fit in our Thriver community. We have people that join every single day and a lot of people that we turn away, because we need to make sure that we have someone who's committed to their change and not just, oh, I want change, but not willing to actually do the work required. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Hopefully that makes sense. That narcissists want to control your phone, your finances, and your friends. And let's see about getting you free from that.